Today on The Riff, we say goodbye to Jeremy as he gets ready to lead Northwest University into the fall semester. I just want to say thank you, Jeremy and Leanne. And if Northwest ever needs a silky voice for any voiceovers, I've got you. We hope today is helpful and hopeful. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to The Riff. Justin, you made it.
I made it. You made it.
I did make it. I'm thrilled to be here. You know what? I was looking at my Riff calendar.
Okay.
And, this is the one that I had circled.
Really?
It is.
I should have had balloons here.
Well,
I didn't.
I'm not. It's not about me. It's not it. I mean, I think balloons would have been a nice touch, but I also understand why you didn't, because you want me. I've got a rhythm. And that's what we're going to do today. Today is our last scheduled. I'm not emotionally strong enough to say it's our last riff, because the riff's going to keep going.
The riff's going to keep going.
And I don't want to invite myself one day, but I also am not the type of person to eliminate the future that I would ever be a guest call-in if you decide to go call-ins.
We might do call-ins. I have, and this is not like I don't want to come across as braggy.
Honestly, you are bragging on your designer, and he is worth all of that. So you let us know why.
Okay. All right. I have just recently, I've just recently kind of gotten into a conversation, possible friendship, I don't know, with a university president.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Are you talking Mike Rakes here in Evangel? Did you run into him at the Hy-Vee?
No, not Mike. He's in the Northwest area. And I might invite him on as a guest. So we might have guest slots available.
What would you call him? Because
Prez?
I've been wondering. Prez?
Yeah, for sure.
I like that.
Prez J.
Prez J.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind.
I like that.
I am going to try to get an honorary bachelor from Prez J, because I never graduated college. So that's going to be his first, in my mind, that's going to be his first order.
And you know what?
Of action.
Anybody could get an earned bachelor.
Anybody. You could sign up.
But to get an honorary one, only
the honored.
Only the honored. Yeah.
Only the honored.
You know how many dishonorable earned bachelors we hand out across America every year?
So many.
So if I were you, I would go to Hobby Lobby.
I've already
get a frame ready.
I've already picked out my robe. Yeah. And it looks good on.
Can I talk about robes for a second?
I
don't know that we've ever talked about robes on the Riff.
Don't think so.
Okay, so let me go back to when I graduated with my doctorate.
Okay.
It was at Southeastern University pre-COVID. So I get to the end of the program, get to the end of the dissertation, all that stuff. And so when it confirms that I am going to be walking at graduation, they send me all the information. They said, I got to get the funny robes. So I've got to buy my robe. $600, Justin.
I don't want to pay that.
That's a scam.
You don't want to pay that.
It is a scam.
No.
And I'm no dummy.
No,
I went.
You're president. You can't.
No, at the time I was not. Wasn't even a president-elect. So I was Amazon efficient. So I go into Amazon and I search doctoral robes. Okay. And you know what they sell on Amazon?
Doctoral robes?
They sure do. So I ordered me one for $113.
Okay.
Savings of $500. So it arrives before I go down to Florida to graduation. I get it on, get out of the car at the arena for graduation, and that's when it becomes obvious to me. There are specific robes for specific schools of education, and there are specific hoods for the specific institutions that award you the hood. And so I'm wearing, and I had the right, I got a degree in, education. So it was a doctor of education. So it was a light blue, but it was not like when you look at an Amazon picture with a good pixelation, it looked like it should be the right light blue. But when you line it up with dozens of other graduates wearing the same light blue, mine was a little off. And my hood was not the Southeastern University colors. And so all these doctors and professors, they're murmuring in the hallway before we go out there, and they're having the conversation, what is he wearing and is he allowed out here? So I saved $500 thinking I'm the smart one. Turns out I'm not that smart. And so this week, as it went through the process of transition into the university world, one of the things they said is, oh, convocation's coming up. And I remember nothing could feel less like a vacation than a convocation. Because when I was a student, those were the chapels that were like, it felt like snooze fest, right? Everyone dances in there with it. And so I'm like, oh, would I have to wear a robe? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, well, I actually threw mine away, because mine was fake. And this is not my game. So now I'm excited. I'm excited to get a new robe and to wear it. But yeah, President.
I just love it that you're leading a university. I got a text, or Jamie got a text from someone, a North Pointer, and it said, so excited for Jeremy and Leanne, so saddened by the news. And if I were 18, I would definitely enroll and never graduate from that university.
Oh, Tommy, boy it up.
It's going to be the most fun university ever. I have to agree. I have to agree. So what color of robe should I get for my honorary? Is it like a brown or is it more like
here's the deal. If I have my druthers, Amazon that up. Whatever's on sale.
All right.
Now,
good.
We'll hood you.
Great.
Oh,
can I cut the sleeves off?
No, we already come off for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and that's probably the number one level of excitement I have is convocation. So I'm going to come in there and listen, I'm going to change about when they see my robe, it's going to be velvety. It's going to be, honestly, it will look like a parade of peacocks. The colors, the regalia. It's going to be impressive. It's going to be impressive.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, I'm posting about it. So
today is the last riff
scheduled. Come on, just say that.
There.
Just to get me through this. Yeah.
So as you walk into the university world, I want to go over a couple things.
All right.
Maybe top 2, top 3.
Okay.
Just moments of North Point for you. I also want to pepper in maybe bottom 2, maybe bottom 3, whatever you got.
Okay.
Whatever you got. So whatever comes to your mind, we're just going to riff on it.
We're riffing.
Couple of things that come to your mind of, man, that's going to be something that just sticks with me for the rest of my life because it was so incredible. And that will definitely stick with me because it was so horrible, right? So just something back and forth. We're just going to go back and forth. And you can do it however you want. You can say all good, all bad. You can go good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. However you want to do it. Bad, good, bad, good. It's whatever.
I will say a top. It's kind of odd because instantly in my mind I'm thinking what felt like a top moment at the time, as opposed to from this vantage point right now looking back, what would I say from this vantage point that was a top moment? So one, I would say an easy one is the day that the Dream Center became North Point. Yeah. That was at the time one of the scariest days as a leader. I remember Jody and the team put together this amazing vision, really, of what this Dream Center could look like. And it was really a culmination of conversations we had had a long time of how do we become neighbors and how do we have an ongoing relationship, not just a quarterly event, all those kind of things that we had had conversations about. And we wanted to have a center, a Dream Center. And so when a building was being given away, there were a lot of nonprofits who were looking into it. We put our name in the hat. And it's like a dog chasing a car. It's just what you do. You don't expect the car to stop. And so when it got to the spot where they had chosen us to present on a weekend service at Hamlin Baptist, where the Dream Center currently is, and we knew that there was there was going to be the number one influencer is going to be sitting in that room that we did not know who it was. And they're going to text the lead pastor during the service after we pitched during their service. That was their Sunday service, is we pitched the Dream Center. And during that time, he would text the lead pastor, do we get the Dream Center or not? And we wanted the option of it. Like, for sure we wanted the option. So we don't want them to say our no for us. And so we pitched this thing and we are so excited. At the same time, we hadn't told North Point about it because we don't know how much it's going to cost us to maintain, to operate, to, all that stuff. So while we're up there, Jody talks about the Dream Center on that Sunday, just crushes it as we were even talking about today. Every time Jody casts a vision, it costs me money, right? Because I'm like, yes, absolutely, we should do that, and I need to invest in that. So she's pitching it in such a way, it's just beautiful, and then the pastor comes up, and it's a great game for their entire congregation. They're like, this is exciting, and he says, we have a decision. And he says, we are giving the Dream Center, or giving this building to North Point Church to create a Dream Center. And that became the scariest day at the time of leadership for me, because I thought, how much is this going to cost us? Are we at a spot, we don't have a lot of margin as a church back, this is, 10 years ago. We didn't have margin. And so thinking, can we do this? But we did have confidence. One, a practical one, Jody, right? Jody is a secret weapon. She was born for this. And so while even Jody was nervous, everybody around knew she was born to do this. And so we had confidence there. Second thing is confidence that God was in this. It was his dream, not our dream. And so looking back from this vantage point, it quickly became my favorite part of North Point. I think I've said that quite a bit. And I would say, as I make a transition, easy top for me to say, hey, having a Dream Center, being able to love our community outside the walls of a church, and even beyond an event. And I realize the Dream Center is only in one part of our town, and we have 4 different campuses. And so we do have a lot of events, and we're trying to form relationships and whatnot at the right time. But this is a very special way we do it. It represents how we can and will do it at all the other campuses as well, in the sense of figuring out rhythms and partnerships, and to be able to have ongoing meeting the needs. And it's my favorite expression of North Point. So that's an easy one for me.
Let's go negative.
Let's go negative.
Yeah, and not even negative. Let's go learning, right? That's not negative.
No, it was negative.
That was good.
No, there were some learnings on it. For me, it was Joplin, launching Joplin.
Really?
Does that surprise you?
The launch was hard. The launch was tough. It was tough.
So was the shutdown.
Shutdown was hard.
What part of it was easy?
None of it was easy.
So to this day, my theology gives me curiosity and room to not know how to compartmentalize that. I really believed God put on my heart a dream. And I had a napkin dream. And if you've been around North Point for a long time, it was a weekend message. And I think I've done that twice, used the napkin dream twice, maybe. Anyway, it was the first time I ever talked about a napkin dream, and this was my napkin. And it was literally a clear call to me, as best as I can interpret, a call from God for us to go to Joplin. And then we went with a board. This is early on. We went to the board to Joplin just to scout the land. We went to dinner. We had this God moment and interaction with someone who was serving our table that night. We had this interaction, and it checked all the boxes, because we were there saying a 27-year-old unchurched dude, and then all their influence around there. We just feel there's a lot of people in the city, and the interaction we had with this guy who hit all those boxes and says, man, we would love it if you came to Joplin. We walked out of there as a board just thinking God couldn't be more clear. And to this day, it was one of the clearest moments in my life. go to Joplin. And we didn't have any money as a church. Like we had no money. We had a dream, but no money. Kind of like we used to have a dream, but no center. And then we had a dream center. And so then one day we were gifted this building of Joplin, and that took forever. And it was a weird chain of events. So, but just for a quick story, we have this old church that we could remodel. We hardly had any money. The church was generous. And we raised, I don't know, $200,000 for Joplin. We're like, and I had said, even if all we can afford is duct tape and change the name from Northview to North Point, that's what we'll do. We will not spend more than what we had, which I didn't understand building projects. We had never done one at all. So I'm like, oh yeah, great, easy. I didn't even know what I was talking about. And so we did everything possible with a very short-handed staff. And the staff worked so hard to get this open. And then we realized something about building projects. When you have an old building and you start tearing out stuff, you realize you got some expensive things that you're uncovering that need fixed. And we didn't have margin. And they piled up quicker than we thought. And more than we thought. And we were already pot committed. Next thing we knew, we had overspent the money we had and we had no margin. And so it was such a loss financially. And that was a lot of anxiety. And we got Joplin open, but then we had a transition in staff on the grounds there in Joplin. And such a great leader, all of a sudden we had a gap. And we weren't able to, it takes so many variables of finding the right person. It's someone with influence of North Point, influence in the town, with the right team around them. And we just, for whatever reason, we weren't able to leverage the opportunity we had, and we kept seeing that attendance drop. I was looking at it the other day. There were times where we would have 19 people on a weekend basis. And a lot of the staff were looking at me like, when are we going to close this? And I heard this maybe out loud. I think I heard this out loud. Maybe it's just my self-talk. The only reason we're keeping this open is because of your napkin dream. And so I felt like, man, at what part is this God that I'm holding on to? And what part is this Jeremy that I'm holding on to? And I really didn't know. Like I really didn't know. And I'm fine with, I was going to say I'm fine with failure. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe that was a challenge. But I really believe there was a God element to it. So we held on. And when we finally let it go, I mean, it was only 19 people. And I think that was several of staff driving out to make that happen. And that was a 3.5 year period of time. So it's not like we didn't give it a shot. There were a couple of things. I thought this was the first campus I'm launching. And so you can't lose the first one. Like, here's a guy who comes from Seattle who knows how to launch campuses. No, he doesn't. So, and then like, what do I do with that napkin dream? And when we closed that, through that process, I also struggled with anxiety a ton. I don't think it was correlation. I think it was causation. And I didn't know how to handle anxiety. And so I ended up in the hospital a few times, which, looking back, man, God used that to provide me with therapists and understanding of who I am and my the way I'm wired and the way that I tend to self-sabotage with anxiety. And so that ended up being great, but we closed it down. So as I look back at now, I mean, 100%, when I'm 70 years old and I'm retired, and I will get to Florida one day. I think I always thought I'd get to Florida after North Point. So it looks like I got a detour. Like Leanne, I don't know if anybody noticed around here, but like a year ago, Leanne bought a new bumper. What do you call the bumper frame? Not bumper frame, but license plate frame. And it's all palm trees. I'm like, Leanne, we live in Springfield. That's like rude to Springfieldians, right? Like you're just signaling, I want to move to Florida, And she's like, no, we're going to move to Florida. And I said to her the other day, I'm like, so are you going to like get a umbrella, like a license plate frame now that we're moving to Seattle? She's like, no. Palm trees ain't leaving. So anyway, one day I'll be in Florida, 70 years old, and I'll say, man, I wonder why Joplin didn't work. I really felt God called us to do it. So here's how I frame it. As well, there are a lot of things. One is we ended up selling at a crazy time the Joplin property that we received for free, sold it at such a level, we went down to the title. I mean, it was a company we were like giggling, right? We sold it where we were able to buy the property of Nixa cash. Nixa doesn't happen the way it happened without the Joplin deal. Now, I wish that we would have had a thriving campus and the donations and the vision and the give back. We would have been able to do both. But ultimately, I also think it's not about, I can't measure God's command based on our results. I just can't. And that doesn't mean God didn't call us to do it. It's also not a cop-out. I need to learn a lot. I didn't lead that one really well. I didn't set our staff up for success in that one. And there's some things I would do differently. So I don't know. I got a lot of question marks about Joplin.
Man, I just have a completely different perspective.
Talk to me.
It's a very interesting conversation to hear you talk about it. And we talked about it so much. I came into this position in the middle of Joplin.
Middle of Joplin.
Yeah. Yeah. And my first thought was like, all right, well, coming in to save Joplin. So we shut it down about 7 months into me being in this space. But you preach on the weekends and you say it a ton. And you say delayed obedience is disobedience.
Yes.
And I just think it's BS if you don't go through Joplin like you did and you get up on the stage and you say something like that. That's what makes you a special preacher. That's what makes you special on the stage, and what so many people are like, oh, I can't believe we're losing Leanne and Jeremy in that capacity. It's not because, yes, it is because you're an incredible leader. It's because of all of these A, B, and C's. But when you look at that kind of a deal and you look at the way that you live the life and you look at the way that you actually led the team, you preach and you live the same way. So for me, I'm like through the whole Joplin thing, there was never a moment I thought, oh, geez, I don't know. Like, I want to learn from this dude. Like, that thing was in flames. Like, it was horrible, right? And there's still something in my gut that I'm like, I want to learn from this guy. Because it doesn't matter for you. And it might. I mean, it sounds like it does, right? But there's a piece where it's going to, like when you go to Northwest, it's going to be the same type of deal, right? To where the staff's going to be like, we're doing what? Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And I would just say, I know. Yeah, I get it. Like, and just trust him. Like, because
it's good.
And don't trust him because it's going to work.
Right.
I would say that. Like, that's not a guarantee. And it's not a guarantee in the Bible. It's not a guarantee from God either. Of like, and when I say work in our like limited mind frame and our perspective. So it's just interesting to hear you say that. To where for me, Joplin was the one thing that I'm like, I want to follow this dude. Yeah. Like, I'll close 15 campuses with this guy. Like, I'm not. Now, luckily we didn't have to do 15 closings, but that's the thing for me where I'm just like, yeah, what he says is delayed obedience is disobedience. He heard something. He has something in his gut and he's like, okay, I'll take a step. Yeah. I'll take a step. Oh, that sucked. That was rough. Yeah. All right, what else you got? I'll take another step. Like, that's leadership. And that's what I'm like, yes, I'll follow that. So from my spot, Joplin was tough. Yeah. But I'll always be thankful for it. I will.
Yeah, I'll always be curious. And I do agree with all that. I feel like ultimately is I've got a lot of failures left in the tank, man. I've got some more of those in the hopper. Like even when I came from Seattle, especially a multi-site game, I get it. This is why I was sharing in a multi-site training event a couple weeks ago. And I was telling them, like, listen, every campus you launch is not guaranteed. So launch a bunch of them, because some of them are not going to work. It's like, it is so like we launched 5 in one day in Seattle and never thinking we're going to have 5 thriving campuses. Thinking, man, if we can have 60% success rate, let's just launch a bunch more, right? If we can have the margin to give it the best shot. So yeah, so failure is part of the deal. I think for me, what made that a big one is it was my first one, and I was young in leading the team. And I think it cost us. It cost us some staff. It cost us some trust. It cost us, there's a lot of things in there that I was like, oh, if I'd have led this better and it didn't work, I'd have felt better about it. Ultimately, I just feel like I led it kind of sloppy. And so I'll always wonder, I wonder if it would have been different results had I been a sharper leader during that time. But I certainly don't have guilt over it or shame over it, just a lot of curiosity.
Man. We opened that place up with a generator.
Yeah.
Remember that? Like, we had an electric pole issue. They couldn't get a transformer in. And they were like, well, all right. So I remember calling my dad, and he was like, hey, what are you doing, bub? And I'm like, I'm getting gas. He's like, well, it sounds like, it sounds like you're filling something up. I was like, yeah, gas cans. Where you have church tonight? What do you mean? He's like, I'm going to go fill the generator up so we can have church. He's like, where do you work? What is this? So yeah, it was a trip.
That was fun though. How many bikes we gave away that first weekend, opening weekend, and there were it was a blast. I just like launching stuff. I just like launching stuff.
Yeah. All right, give me something. I don't even care how long we go.
Yeah,
give me something. Give me one more highlight.
Man, there's so, I have so much gratitude right now. I'm a walking neuron. I just feel like I've got excitement of what I feel like God's confirmed in my gut for this next season. I've got so much gratitude for this last season, and I also feel like a deep sense of loss. That it's accurate. I can't talk myself out of that. There is a loss of what is part of our rhythm. So I was trying to think of a highlight. Of all of them, man, I don't know. I don't know. This is fair. Because it's not a specific moment, and we have one that we'll be celebrating. I think by the time this drops, we're either having baptism the next weekend.
That's right.
We just had it. It'll be this next weekend.
Coming up.
So we'll have one more. It's baptisms, water baptisms. So for me, when someone decides, I want to surrender to Jesus, that's a big deal. How do we know when they do that? I don't know. That's so subjective. And so we have a lot of prompts. We have, hey, you can mark this card. You can certainly say a prayer. There are a lot of ways. People don't need us to say yes to Jesus, but when they choose to involve us in the declaration of that decision as a community of water baptism, it's the best ever. And I will be a mess at our last water baptism. And I remember early on thinking, man, we'll have 300 people every year go public with their faith in water baptism. And almost every time I'd think, man, these are the good old days. Like one day when I am 70 in Florida, I'm going to look back and that's why I say this. What am I going to think of when I'm 70, right? And look back about this journey. It'll be the water baptisms. I might never see another water baptism. I bet I will, but I don't have to ever see another water baptism to be able to have so much gratitude for what God has already done in so many people's lives. To see, and I've been doing this long enough, 13 years now, where I'm seeing people age up to a spot where they understand who Jesus is. And I remember when their families had them. I've done enough funerals now where I know I know a lot of families, and I know, man, that decision right there, I know the backstory. I know the pain they've gone through. I know the dependence that this declaration means to them. And there's stories that I don't know them personally, but whether it's this person through young adults, this person was volunteering Kid Point, this person had this interaction with someone, on the connection team. I'm hearing from our team so many stories of people who are experiencing Jesus. And we're not used to it. It's not this metric we demand from our staff. Produce 300 more. Sometimes it just sneaks up on us because we're not trying to force anything. If people don't want to get baptized, great. But if they do, all of hell can't stop them. And when they get in that tank, matter of fact, there's a guy I met last weekend, and he said, hey, I want to get baptized. And for him, he's in a spot where he can't walk. He's in a wheelchair. And it's not even something that he can get out of for a short period of time. I mean, this is no mobility. And he goes, I would love to get baptized. and my daughter's getting baptized and we're making a decision to follow Jesus. Is it possible to do that here? And I said, absolutely. I said, we will do whatever's a win for you. We can create this tarp situation. We can get some buckets. There is nothing spiritual. There's a biblical example, but it's not that we see in scripture of going under the water. But it's not something that we believe that, well, that's how you do baptisms. It's a public declaration. And so what is the best way we can do that for you? I said, so we've done that before and we're prepared to do that. And he's like, oh no, I want in the tank. I'm like, okay. He's like, I need 4 strong dudes. And with 4 strong dudes, I want to get dunked. And he didn't do it out of the sense of, well, it says in scripture that, immersed, and the Greek word for immersion it wasn't like that. And I've had people, it was, this is my community. This isn't awkward for me. I want to celebrate with my community, and I'm going to rely on my community so that I can make a statement to my community. And so when I'm just like, Jesus did something inside of this man. And I don't know all the details of his story, but he's going to say a rousing yes. And we are not going to botch that baptism. I'm like, okay, where's Jeremy Wagner? I need some strong lifters. Come on, let's do this, right? So, but I love North Point. I love North Point's vision. I love North Point. I love the people that trust North Pointers. I love that North Pointers use their trust in a way where their friends are saying, hey, the way you're living is attractional. I want to come along that journey too. So that was great. I've got one more knot.
Oh my word!
I got one more knot.
All right.
And easy knot,
okay.
Easy knot. I used to cry about it. Now I laugh about it. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It was our launch week when we came back from COVID.
Oh,
you remember COVID?
I do remember COVID.
Yeah, it sucked.
I do.
So and I get it. I hope people aren't mad at me still from COVID. And I know we didn't know how to lead this thing. People didn't know how to, in any of our businesses, none of us knew what we were doing. And we all were quasi scientists, right? From whatever we read on Facebook. And so I get it was weird. And, but during that time, we were running outside services for so long. I mean, we're talking March, everybody was, all the way till Mother's Day. Like I had some rogue friends who like country preachers. They're like, we're opening on Mother's Day, right? Like, don't tread on me. And I'm like, cool. Okay. That's all. I mean, that's awesome. It's the personality of their environment. But so the earliest people open was Mother's Day, mid-May. And we had an outdoor event. We were still going online. We did an outdoor event Father's Day. So 4 weeks later, we did Father's Day. And it was all right. It was great, right? We had this event and it was cool. And then we decide on Father's Day, okay, it's time. And we're getting emails. People are lighting us up. Why are you bowing down to the government? Like, just, how it is. Just like so mad. And that we're making a political statement by just having online services. And I'm thinking, okay. And no, we were also doing outdoor services. We were outdoor services. So I'm like, so that way, if you didn't want to wear a mask,
and
it
that's
was
where a Republic originated from. We did a pop-up in Republic.
Pop-up in Republic.
Yeah,
Pop-up Dream
DC.
Center.
Yep, that's exactly
so we
right.
launched 2 campuses.
We launched 2 campuses.
Yeah, we're like in the lab. This is a sneaky way for us to launch one. A couple. But then I was like, and if you don't feel safe, mask up, you can triple mask. I like for real, like wear a hoodie backwards and be in the corner of the parking lot. Like, so my thought is, no matter where you fall on this thing,
hoodie backwards,
yeah,
how'd that not catch on? Just cut the eye holes and just go, man.
Yeah, just you're safe. And so I'm like, so no matter where you fall on the COVID angle, like I'm like, outdoor at least lets us gather, right, and do all this, and whatever. So I'm like, okay, but we're just getting lit up. hammered, right? Like, you got to open it up. We want to pray, right? I'm like thinking, we're praying outdoors. Like, it's so weird. Anyway, so then we were like, okay, it's time. It is time. We were maybe 6 weeks after the earliest churches to launch indoors, right? So I don't think it was like a political statement for us, but whatever.
Right.
I'm like, okay, we're going to open up on 4th of July weekend, Now, it's strategic because there are going to be if the emails are any indication, our community they are hungry hippos to gather. I mean, I'm telling you, I've had literally over 100 emails screaming at me, all caps, like, we got to open. So I'm like, okay, we're opening. Come on. The people demand that we open. We ordered off of Amazon. We ordered COVID busting, glow in the dark party sticks. And we were like, and I remember having the conversation with the staff beforehand. Like, they're like, do these work? I don't understand the science. It's like, it doesn't matter. People have to see
wave
us
it everywhere.
Waving.
Clean stuff.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And we're like, we're ordering soap dispensers and everything. North Point masks, all these things. And we're like, okay, let's spread it out. And because of spread out, we're going to have 2 services at 2 locations.
The attendance, not the COVID.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a spreading event. It wasn't a spreader event. No, not a spreader event. It was a spread your feet event. Spread your feet event. And so I'm thinking, okay, we're going to have 2 services and it's going to be packed. And that's all right. So let's do it on 4th of July because it's our best shot to be able to fit everyone between those 4 total services. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, my soul needs people. I'm like, this is going to be a sweet reunion. And man, people, when the time got there, it was sparse. It was there. I promise you, there was not a shot someone could catch COVID in that room. There's not a chance, even if you wanted it. Like, it was, there were less than 200 people, I think, between the 2 campuses, 2 services each total.
For sure.
The first weekend.
Absolutely.
So then I was like, because I'm like, I got to lead this thing, right? Don't let them show you your fear. So I was like, okay, guys, great job. Obviously, that was our soft launch. And so next week, that's why we did it, because we wanted to learn the systems. So next week, now that it's now 4th of July, and then some people were like, well, the reason we don't have anybody is 4th of July, right? What are you thinking? I'm like, well, it's just a soft launch. Next week is when we had less people the next week on the non-holiday week. And I remember thinking, oh boy, okay, well, the people have spoken. Like, let's go back to online, outdoor.
Going home after the second one, like the actual launch.
Oh yeah.
And Jamie was like, was it crazy? Mm-hmm. And I was just like, yeah, but not like good crazy.
Not good crazy.
I don't know what's happening. We were 33 something hundred less people on that weekend than when we closed during COVID.
Yes.
Like that last weekend. We dropped 3,300 some odd people.
I would say it was noticeable.
And it was, we had plenty of coffee though. Like,
we were ready.
So much
we were
coffee.
ready. But they were all in like space cups so that you couldn't possibly catch the vid.
It's all done through straws. So it's just I have a picture. I was in Nixa on that one, and I have a picture that I sent you, and you sent me a picture of the crow's nest at Springfield.
Yeah.
So we're just trading back and forth. But you could see 5 people in the shot.
Yeah.
Total in the auditorium. Yeah. It was
rough. And I remember after that thinking, I don't know that we'll ever have North Point back. Right. I mean, there were a lot of people who studied church. They were just thinking, church as we know it is done. And for a lot of people, maybe it was. But no one knew if we would ever get back. And so I'm thinking, okay, all of us trying to think, okay, what would be the next profession we would choose? Because surely this ain't going to work. Will church be back? And I was fine with not working at church.
Is that when you learned to juggle? Be honest.
A lot of time.
Be honest.
A lot of time.
I could tell.
Started with a TED Talk that I saw. It evolved into a master class and then a weekend seminar. So, so I remember thinking when we relaunched in the fall, I think we had 1,200 people average that fall or something, and thinking, man, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get back. I don't know if we'll ever, I think the first baptisms, we had 27 baptisms, and they were meaningful because I'm like, for every person, that's great. But I thought maybe that chapter is just done. So now, where we see it at North Point now is we see more people than we've ever seen. We're seeing as many baptisms as we've ever seen. And the mission is strong. And it's not lost on me. That's a gift from God. And it's an opportunity. The opportunity we have as a mission is a gift from God to keep spreading, even in the Bible Belt, as this area continues to grow. It is less of a Bible Belt than it used to be. And every year it'll be less of a Bible Belt. And as God calls North Point to be a safe place for people to find and follow Jesus, I'm convinced today, 13 years later, that there's more of a need for North Point than there ever has been. And so I'm so thankful. So while that was my easy top negative, it's also a gratitude of we don't take this for granted. We have the strongest team I've ever worked with, and we have the opportunity in front of us. So I'm thankful for where we are as a church. I'm thankful for what's ahead of us, and I've been thrilled to be part of it. Yeah.
That's awesome. It's 40 minutes.
Oh man,
This is the end.
is this the longest one?
This might be the longest one. And our preamble wasn't even that long.
We just went right
honestly.
into it.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
A little robe. Kind of got a little preamble.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it's important.
It's super important. Yeah. I'll look for a brown robe. I can't wait.
I'm going to miss my co-host.
Jeremy, it's and I won't cry. I might cry. It's been an honor to serve with you, man, and just to learn from you and office with you. I really do love you, and you've been such a good pastor. You are a good pastor. You'll still be my pastor, even in Seattle. I'll listen to do you do talks or anything like to the staff with Northwest? Is there like a podcast you'll start?
I think so. Yeah. We'll have to do something. We'll have to see.
But it really has been an honor, man, of a lifetime. And I can't, I've been thinking a ton about this for a month or two of just like the craziness that it is that I got an opportunity to learn from you in this capacity. I'm just super thankful.
Yeah.
And I'm going to miss you, man. I'm going to miss you a lot. And I know that Northwest is getting a gift in you and Leanne. And I just can't wait to graduate, to be honest with you. I'm so excited. I'm going to call my dad. He's going to be so pumped.
Bub?
He's a bub.
I'm proud of you.
Your robe. Love that brown robe, bub. I love that brown robe. I love it.
It has been an honor, and and I am forever going to be connected, my heart and soul, to this place and this mission. And I love this team. So I'm excited to see what's next, because I know that 3 years from now, we'll look back and I think North Point will look back and say, this was next. This was God's best season that he had for us. And so this transition brought us into it. Mm-hmm. And so I believe that's going to be true. I'm excited to see how that's developing. But I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that I know you represent, you and Jody are the two staff members that preceded me. And I know you guys made a pact that we will outlast him.
We will. And
fine.
We did it.
Did.
We did.
Congratulations.
We have shirts and everything.
Are you happy now?
We are.
I say this about the entire staff, but just to you, obviously Jody as well. The biggest joy for us is to be able to work with people who are fast-paced, who are high capacity, who love Jesus and treat people with kindness. And you do that, and Jody does that. Our staff does that. Thank you for leading strong. And that's the kind of thing that I hope as people continue to see, whether it's the Riff behind the scenes or in action, that's what we want to do. We want to serve you. Why? Because we believe in this mission. We believe that the greatest expression of this mission is when you leave this place and you go to your place of work, when you go to your neighborhoods, that you create that safe place. So thanks for letting me be a part of the journey. And thanks for letting me co-host Riff. I know that you could have done this on your own, and you let me
that was the
be a part
plan.
of it.
And then you just kind of, pushed your way in. But that's fine.
Well, here's
fine.
the truth.
It's fine.
The
It's
Riff
fine.
contract negotiations, and I don't want to leak anything, but when we talk about the ownership rights of the Riff, obviously you had 70% ownership.
Right.
But I thought at this point, I tried to strong arm you and make it 35% to 65%.
No.
And it's fair but firm, so I get it, but I just can't work in that kind of environment.
No, I get it. Some of you are wondering, what are we doing next? We are going to keep the Riff going, and it's going to be called the Riff in the meantime. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to enter into an interim season.
Would you recommend watching it or just listening to it?
I'm not a huge.
'Cause I'm a watcher.
I'm not a watcher.
You're not a watcher?
No.
Oh, I'm a watcher.
I'm not a watcher. I listen.
You always sit there so that we can see your arm sleeve. What do you mean you don't?
That is true.
You're very strategic.
Well, and this is my good side.
Yeah,
my
it is
left
your
side.
good
My
side.
right side is just rough. We're going to have what we want to do. Here's what we want to do with the Riff. In this interim season, we want to provide a space that is still the behind the scenes, behind the curtain type of look, just as like we've done for the last 4 years with this podcast. And hopefully if you are a listener or a viewer, you've gotten to learn more about North Point. You've gotten to learn more about leadership, about you, about what we do as a team, about what this community is about.
Yeah.
We want to do that in the interim season because there's going to be so many questions of what's going on, what's it look like?
Oh,
what's
water
this,
coolers
what's that?
are going if they had ears. Whoa.
Mercy. I cannot imagine Convoy of Hope tomorrow. It's just going to be buzzing. But that's what we want to do. We want to provide that. So you're going to hear from me. You'll hear from John Martz, Jen Davis, so the DLT team.
The directional leadership team. I love that term, by the way.
It sounds very
Please
official.
keep that going.
Oh, we will. We will.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get together. We're gonna have conversations, discussions on what's going on during that season, what we're seeing, all of those. So hopefully it's a helpful resource for you as you go along the journey with us on what this interim season is and get into that new space to find in the next lead pastor of North Point Church. So
how dare you? I'm still here.
I said you're always going to be my pastor.
How dare you?
Listen, I said you're always going to be my pastor, but that's until you move to Seattle and then we hire the new person, and then I'm going to tell them you're my only pastor. I love you so much.
I hated the last guy.
The last guy was crazy.
He'd always give me a script before the riff. I said I want it to be just. And he's like, we're not leaving it to chance.
Jeremy, I love you.
I love you too.
And thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I love Leanne. Thank you, Leanne. Sydney, Janae, your whole family has been Terrell.
You love him, yeah?
I do love
you do?
Terrell. I've always loved him. His smile is magnetic. Oh, my word.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have been a blessing. You continue to be a blessing. I pray blessings on you and your family.
Thank you.
I love you so much, man.
Thank you. Love you too.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Riff. We'll have a brand new episode every week, wherever you find podcasts.